Good morning. Yep, I'm live at 7:43 in the morning because I got something to say. I suppose I got something to say. We about to find out. I'm super sleepy, but I wanted to come on here before I take my morning nap because I am really about to crash and I'm tired. I've literally had 45 minutes of sleep because I had the bright idea to try out Ubering, actually picking up people and not food. What I learned about Ubering was I don't want to do it. I do not want to be an Uber driver. I rather just deliver food when I feel like it. I mean, it's all right, but hey, I did one person. I got $43. So if I can catch her schedule every day, I'll go drive her to work every morning, 12:30. Sure would. I'm gonna try and see if I can catch it again. Quick, easy trip. $30 for 8 miles. And she tipped $11. She all right with me. And her name was just like mine with a T. I hope I get through what I'm trying to say and don't just fall asleep on this thing. Listen, um, I know everybody knows that Adelia, whatever the girl's name is, a little redhead heifer, is out there in the ocean stirring some things up. Um, Definitely prayers up to Florida and everyone else in the other states that are in the line of Adelia. You know, we pray in safety and minimal impact to people's lives, that there are no lives lost. Um, it's coming here. It's going to be a tropical storm by the time it hits Charleston, I hope. Unless that thing go over the water and then get back up and whatever. It's not going to be real strong. So, nevertheless, we are about to get impacted. Probably some flooding and stuff. It's actually raining right now. Started raining about 5 a.m. I left my house at 3:45 this morning. Well, I was extremely early for my pickup, but it started to rain about 5 o'clock. And I was just now on my way home, and like I've been expressing on here for the last few videos, is I'm starting a new phase of my life, and it includes a relocation. So I'm in constant um, pondering mode. You know, what I do first, what I do next, what I'm gonna do when I get there, what's my plan, what's my strategy. And the reality of it is, I can only handle one thought at a time. So I can sit up here with 50,000 thoughts about this move. And at the end of the day, I can only really handle maybe one or two at a time. And they got to be either close in together, similar, or needed at the same time, or one here, one there type of thing. But I think that as humans, we take on everything all at once. It's like, okay, I know what I got to do. And if you have a list, let's like going to the grocery store. If I write out a list at for the grocery store, and then I walk in there, it's impossible for me to pick up every item at one time. There's no way around shopping. There's no way around going to each individual line to find each individual item. We get lucky when some things may be on the same aisle. But at the end of the day, why trouble ourselves in trying to do a task that takes multiple steps and try to accomplish it in one movement? That's just simply chaos at the end of the day, because what happens is when we can't do something that we feel like we can do. Perfect example. I just went to Walgreens and I had an order for somebody, and they had 2 gallons of milk. But me, I'm in there like, well, let me grab me a couple energy drinks. Let me get, oh, here go these Cheetos that I don't need, but I'm gonna grab those too. And then I had my gummy nerds or whatever these things are. Now I got my stuff in my hand, and like on DoorDash, what you have to do is each item that you shop for, when you pick it up, you have to scan the barcode so that it basically checks it into the system. It checks it off. It checks off your grocery list is what happens. There's a list that you follow, and each item you check it off by scanning it. Now I told you I have energy drinks in my hand. I have big bag of Cheetos. I got nerds. Now I'm trying to pick up 2 gallons of milk with a half a hand, pretty much. No, I had one hand. I pulled both of them out, and I managed to pick up both and carry them to the counter. And then when I got up there and she rung it up, I realized, because I had so much stuff in my hand and because I was so determined to pick up both gallons of milk, I didn't even scan the gallons of milk, because without scanning it, I can't cash out, for my orders. And I was just standing there like, wow, I'm here. I got all this junk in my hand that I don't need. And then I'm not even paying attention and following the steps that I normally take to shop for my DoorDash orders. And it didn't even hit me until I got to the cash register and couldn't check out. Now imagine we running around trying to do everything all at once. Some things that aren't even probably supposed to be done now. Some things that probably won't even happen until we do the first two things. Imagine getting to the finish line and you can't get out because you done picked up too much stuff. You can't carry everything that you done picked up. Or you got something that wasn't even supposed to be in your hand at the time. You missed a step, now you can't get to the next level. And as I was driving home, I just was thinking about this storm coming. It's raining, the windshield wipers going, and I'm just looking like, wow, I would think this is what they call the calm before the storm. We got a little showers going on, but out there, this big, huge hurricane that could be devastating for some. I think that in life, we know we go through storms. And a lot of times we panic in the storm, not realizing that even in the storm, God got us. Um, it's like we'll trouble ourselves with so much stuff because we want to get it right. We don't want to fail. We don't want to disappoint somebody. We don't want to miss something. But at the end of the day, when we do all that, all we do is just begin to chase our tail, in a sense, I guess, running around in a circle, accomplishing nothing because everything is still captured in the thought process. I would call that almost like a perfect storm. We'll cause a storm in our whole situation and forget to have the faith, you know, forget to remember that we're not superheroes or we don't have superpowers. So it's okay to maybe not be able to do something, especially if you're not supposed to. It's okay if you got to do it later. It's okay. You know what I mean? um, but in all the chaos that we may be going through in life, what I realize is that in every storm that I've been up against, every single time, I come out on the winning side, unscathed, unhurt, chilling, all good. And I always tell people, you know, if we're never defeated, the way you go through a storm will be the way you come out. If you go through that storm kicking and screaming, you're going to come out kicking and screaming, disheveled, and still out of order, out of balance, and not knowing which way to go. And I started to think about in the Bible when Jesus and the disciples were going to the other side in the boat and the storm came and he was down there chilling, sleeping. Look, I'll read a Bible story and it just cracks me up. Y'all should see me when I was reading about David and Goliath. Man, that story had me rolling, okay? But that's here nor there. I just got tickled again thinking about it. But yeah, they said Jesus was in the boat chilling, sleep on this little plush pillow. And they all like, hey, you sleep. You don't care. We about to drown down here. We about to get towed up. The sea about to eat us. And you over here sleep. You ain't scared. And then cool as a cucumber, Jesus gets up and says to the wind and the waves, peace, be still. And they sitting there looking like, what? I know these waves and wind didn't just stop. Who is this? I don't know why that's cracking me up right now, but probably my narration. But he said, peace, be still. A lot of times we say that, and I don't think we really look at it for what it is. We be running around like chickens with our head cut off. And in one moment, we can just stop and say, peace, be still. Because one thing I know about a storm is they don't last forever. We get the forecast. We know the storm is coming. Sometime in life, we don't get a forecast, but boom, we in the middle of a storm. What happens is, like I said, the way you go through that storm is the way you come out. You got to go through your storms trusting and believing. You can't not pray in the storm. You got to pray and not panic. It isn't easy when you're going through what you would, I guess, identify as a storm in your life. It gets shifty for everybody. It gets shaky for everybody. We second guess ourselves. We doubt our route. We doubt the route we're on. We get uncertain because maybe we kind of know what we're going for, but because we can't see it, we don't really think about the fact that faith isn't about what we see, it's what we believe. So in the middle of that storm, when everything is going crazy, why aren't we more like Jesus, sleep, chilling till we get to the other side? I mean, think about it. When it's not a storm and it's a, well, we ain't gonna say when it's not a storm. When it's a nice little thunderstorm, we don't think it's gonna be a hurricane or nothing like that, or tornado, or it's just raining super hard. First thing we want to do is get in the bed and go to sleep. What's the difference? I'm not saying when your life is going crazy that you just lay down and do nothing, but you have to create a level of peace during that time. It's like how they say, stand still and know that I am God. If you say you believe, then you got to trust that ride. The way I look at a storm is like this. And that storm is coming up. Now we in the middle of it. Wind blowing, raining crazy, everything going back and forth, up and down, and shaking all around, and you in the middle, man. But what I know is wind blows things out the way. Then water, which is rain, washes things away. You know, how about we look at that storm as something that's going before us? Not necessarily we in the middle of it, but that storm is going before us, getting some things out the way. Had it not got a little bit rocky, maybe we would arrive too soon and missed the mark. Or maybe we would have ran into something we weren't supposed to because we didn't allow the process to move it out the way before we got there. What if that storm is just a moment to test your faith and create a settled space on the other side? Once that storm gets done doing what it's doing, tearing up, uprooting, blowing away, washing away, drowning out, clearing a path, time to wake up. Once that storm gets done doing everything it was sent to do, what happens? The sunshine comes out. Sky is blue. Everything is all gravy. I don't know if anybody on here that's listening to me, the one person I see and the others that may see it, do you ever think about the storms that you go through and realize that, man, every time I go through a storm, I come out on the good side. It be scary and all that stuff, but once it's over, it's over. Will you have another one? Certainly. No, I try to deal with things differently, especially once you start recognizing that, wait a minute, this happened before. Okay. And it ain't always easy. You might go through 4 of them unfazed, and you might get to that 5th one and be like, "Oh my God, what is this?" And it ain't even that it's unfamiliar. It's that, I don't know. That level of unbelief will just pop up at any time. It'll pop up at any time. I was thinking last night, a lot of times we look at things from a mental standpoint. But in the Bible it says, out of the abundance of your heart, the mouth speaks. We do a lot with our mind, but that mind is a playground for the enemy to play his tricks. But when we allow our heart to do the thinking, when we do things from our heart, I think that's when we get the pureness of things. I don't think a lot of people think about it like that. We think our heart is just the love pump. It doesn't say God to give us the desires of our mind. You give us the desires of our heart if it's in his will. Just imagine the desires in your mind, or people who actually get the things, those that would feel that they can will these things to happen in their mind. Just imagine where that blessing could be coming from. God lies in your heart, not your mind. Your mind is the, the devil's playground. If you're not strong, if you're not careful, if you're not vigilant and watching yourself. But I think when that attack comes on your mind and it resembles that storm, that's when you know, like, man, oh, it's a finish line coming up because ain't no way in the world I'm fighting this much. Ain't no way in the world. Everything just been all good all this time. And then boom, all hell break loose. Nah. That means that you almost at the sunshine. You almost at the clear blue sky. But what happens is, just like the enemy, they say come to kill, steal, and destroy. I gotta stop you. Because if you get over there, guess what? You're gonna tap into something that's gonna cause something to shake, cause something to move. If I can't get your mind to go against you and stop you, you're going to be able to help those 10 people over there that's waiting on you. If I can't get your mind to stop you, you're going to tap into them 6 figures, them 7 figures, them 8 figures that are destined to be yours. That's why it is always wise to ask for God to renew your heart and mind daily. That's a true thing. That's a real thing. Without renewing your mind, you might go crazy. Because keep it real, on a daily basis, we deal with a lot of things, a lot of people, situations, and that's enough probably for some to drive anybody insane, You can always go back to the drawing board, renew my mind, creating me a clean heart, and keep it moving. But I really just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit because as I was driving, I was just thinking about the storm and what I really think of storms in my life. I think they're just big brooms that come to clear the way for my next big move, the next big step I need to take. There's some things in the way that need to get pushed out the way. So while that's being done, I have to activate my faith and know that it's time, because when this part right here ends, that's when I got to begin. Before that, I got to chill in that storm. Trust God in the storm. I ain't going to get sucked up, blowed away, or nothing. I just got to chill. Can't whine and cry through it. I look at it as, like I said, a lot of times when it starts to storm, first thing we want to do is get into bed. Fine, I go to bed and have some dreams and get some strategies going on of what I need to do. Because sometimes you got to be still. In stillness comes hearing. Sometimes we don't get those little downloads because we're constantly moving. Constantly moving. You have to make time to be in a still space so that you don't miss things. It's okay to come out of control. People are running around here singing "Let Go, Let God" like it's just that's the jam, but they just singing. That song is real. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. No, give me the wheel. Let me drive. We funny out here. That's all I know. And can't nobody tell me God don't be laughing at us. Because, man, look at her. Running around here acting like I won't help. She ain't even ask. They say he don't withhold from us no good thing. As long as it's good. We got it. So, I guess in all in my meat talk, what I want to say to somebody, anybody, everybody, scream. No. But seriously, what I want to say is God ain't forget us. When it started getting all crazy and you don't know if you're coming or going, if it's up or down, if you missed it, he ain't forgot you. I think he just wants you to be still so he can take the lead. Even in my move, there was a point where I was just like, I'm leaving. And it was just like, boom, full speed ahead. I wasn't going nowhere doing nothing. I was just steady saying I'm moving, doing nothing. But when I took that step to be still, what happened was I started to be able to think of the steps I needed to take. As long as I was just saying and going, I didn't have no clarity. I didn't have no clarity. Now, I'm still wishy-washy because it's a big step. Who wouldn't be nervous to go to a whole new place? I am a human being. I'm scared as hell. No, I'm scared. But what I'm not is fearful. That's another thing we need to know. It's okay to be scared. Just don't be fearful. God's not giving us a spirit of fear, number one. Number two, fear paralyzes. If you operating in fear, you can't do nothing. You can't even move. When we go to a haunted house, you be scared outside that haunted house, but you're still able to move through that house because you didn't have fear. You was just a little scared, a little nervous. So don't beat yourself up for being scared a little. I think scared is good. Like, what's so great that got me this nervous, That's why I keep saying I'm scared excited. Scared sighted. I just made that up. Yeah, I'm scared and excited. Because I know when I get over there, it's up and it's stuck. So let me quit trying to be hip, my old self. But for real though, it is. I ain't even lying here. I promise you. I'm hitting the ground running. I don't care if I got 10 jobs. I'm going to work them things. Mm-hmm. I sure am. But like I was saying, don't get discouraged in the storm. Don't get discouraged and allow your mind to beat you up. Remember your heart. Remember your heart. Look at your heart as your brain and your mind. God's mind, God's brain, God's heart. That's what you look at your heart as. Go from there. Point blank, period. No, I'm just kidding. But I think I feel better and I can actually go to sleep now. Because, yeah, I wasn't going to go to sleep till I hit live and talked for at least 30 minutes on this. I think that when, one more example for me, as far as doing hair, every year like clockwork, when school starts back, it automatically slows down for this industry. Possibly everybody else, but definitely for this industry. And I don't care that I've been doing hair for 30 years. It's like every year I forget, like it never happened before. I'm like, where's the people? What is going on? And get frustrated, get stuck, just begin to panic. And then you realize, wait a minute, school just started back. When school started back, that's when the parents start coming, when they needed their hair done for occasions, special events, holiday parties. It ain't gonna pick back up like that until after not New Year's, but after taxes. That's cool. But what happens when you's already slowed down before the normal natural slowdown? How you go through it is how you come out. I can whine and complain, but instead I get in my car and I drive for the times I'm not doing here. You got to make it do what it do in the middle of what appears to be a storm. On the other side, I'm about to have a whole bunch of new clients in a whole different place. And I'm chilling and I'm good. And you are too. All of yous are good. Oh, yeah, that's it. 30 minutes and some seconds. Just don't give up in the middle of the storm. Know that on the other side of every single storm, there's sunshine. There's no clouds. There's beautiful sunshine. There's a cleared path for you. There's new opportunities without obstacles in the way. Because while you chilled in the storm, God was already laying the groundwork, getting everything ready for you. We just got to learn how to trust Him. And yep, that's my time. Thank you for tuning in to my Meek Talk. One or two persons that dropped in today and didn't say hello. What up to everybody on the replay? As always, you can cash at me some money for lunch. Money sign hermeekness. Because I'm always hungry. And I like good food. Shoot, it's about to be a storm. Y'all can send me to the grocery store. Let me get off this thing and go to sleep before I be over here talking crazy for real. I'm delirious, honestly. But I just love my people and I'm excited for each and every one of you as I am excited for myself. Because I already know everybody connected to me, we about to be going up. It's about to be on. It's not going to be like it was last month. It's not going to be like it was last year. It can only get better. So put on your big girl drawers, pull up your big boy boxes, strap up your boots, and get ready. Because it's coming. I promise you, blessings are right there. Love you, boy. Clean. So you was hiding in the bush and then come say, hey, butterfly, bubbles fly. Thank you for listening. Good morning, Kev, though. Y'all late. No, I'm just kidding. Good morning. I hope you enjoy your day too. Congratulations on you on birthing your new business. I love that entrepreneur spirit on you. You encourage me, honestly. You really do. Now, when I get to my new spot, I'm gonna be thinking about all that stuff. It ain't like I ain't never did it before, but it's always refreshing to see somebody, doing it. I did a video yesterday about the your moments, like redoing things, restarting, refreshing, and watching you. It yeah, it made me tap it. It makes me tap to my moments. I'm about to rebound on their asses. Let me quit. Oh, I got 2 lonely men in my chat. I love y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with a start over, is it? That's what I was saying. Like, sometimes you got to start over because you got to get back to that clear vision. Every day we take on new stuff that we never dealt with before, and it can get in the way. That's why I started coming on here talking, because, man, in a minute, the world will have your brain so corrupt and you can't even think straight. I got too much ahead of me and on my plate to be dealing with nonsense. So, make push, play, and talk. But I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all gonna see. All that's gonna be on here. That's definitely encouraging to see other people going on here and promoting their business and showing how they get it from the ground up. Because it's in all of us. But some people just don't know. Some people just don't know what they possess. They put that energy into the boo. Yeah, I will, but I'm like when I do them like that, I will. But a lot of times, clean to tell you, I am so random. I might be up 4 o'clock in the morning. And I will push play and start talking. But I will be having some scheduled stuff. I do got one coming up with my friend. She's a real estate agent, and she's gonna come on and do some questions and Q&A, and probably some other friends that I got that do different things. And like I said, I'll be doing hair on here, all types of stuff. Probably see me try some new food. I don't know. I'm gonna do whatever I feel like doing. I'm gonna be living. I'm gonna show these young people how to do it. I'm gonna show these old 50+ year olds how you supposed to be at 50. Style and grace and popping. Ain't no way. If y'all ever start seeing me acting stupid, snatch me up like me. Come back. All right, I'm on fumes now. I done been up since 3:45. I done went out trying to Uber. I don't like driving people, but I made $43 off of one girl, and I'm gonna try to catch her. I'm gonna try to catch her every day. Yep, $43 a day. That'd be great. Other than that, it's time to go to bed. At least 3 hours. I love y'all. Thanks for stopping by. TTYL.